Folks, welcome to another edition of the Total Success Podcast. And we are talking about the local heroes, the local business icons, because I like to mix it up. Sometimes you're going to get on this show the global icons like a Richard Branson, Gary Vaynerchuk, Arnold Schwarzenegger, yet sometimes the real wealth can also be made here within Australia with everyday business owners in everyday businesses amassing wonderful success for themselves financially, and in some cases we talk to other health experts in a holistic sense around total success. So today is something look, I'm surprised I'm having this interview because it is so far out of my wheelhouse, but I recently was introduced to crystal therapy of all things, and my brain goes to, all of the skepticism around how crystals affect life and vice versa. So as soon as I found the book around this subject, and the Perth expert in this field and her nickname is Crystal Unicorn Sparkles, and that's what everyone knows her as, Crystal Sparkles. But Shannon Nelms, thank you so much for catching up with me, but I'm just going to go with Crystal Sparkles because you reek Crystal Sparkles.
I sure do. I'm very much in brand.
So tell me, look, you're dealing with a total novice in the area, and I love that you are the expert in this, because I remember I reached out to you, I showed you this mug that I thought was the greatest looking thing, and you said, it's almost like if you had muscles up here that you could roll your eyes, you've got to work out rolling your eyes and how naive I was. So give us the overview of what brought you to being inspired to become a crystal expert. What's your origin story, if you will?
My backstory is I'm actually a qualified beauty therapist. I think I worked out with 17 years. We won't go there. And
you started when you were 4, did you?
I did, thanks. I worked in the industry, but I was not loving it as much as I thought I originally was. It was my passion and my everything. And the more and more I was working with clients and doing their treatments, I was like, these poor people are getting all this external work done for themselves, not for themselves, however they are. Yet, there was something else missing. We can do the external facials, we can do, tinting and doing all the beauty works, but the core, something from the core, from deep within, was missing for them. And as I was doing mostly in my facials and massage, I was like, oof, I'm shifting more than just physical. I'm noticing that there's more layers that need to be taken off. So that was missing.
Yeah, there's so many modalities out there. And what you just described then, and this total layman here, so I'm the perfect foil because I know nothing. What's Reiki? Because what you described sounded like Reiki.
Yeah,
it's an energy thing.
It is an energy thing. We've all got the knack, but when you have the knack, you've got it. Because for me being a beauty therapist doing a facial, I was shifting, and I was shifting energy, and that's where Reiki comes into it. And the more and more I was doing, I was giving them more and more and more. Couldn't tell you at that time what I was doing, but I just knew that they were being left with more than just a nice massage or a nice facial. So I was shifting things that I could feel stuck. And that's more or less what Reiki is. It's energy. We've all got 7 main energies of our bodies, and we call them the chakras. And if they're not free-flowing, you're not free-flowing. Same with a heart. That's your center. That's the most easiest one out of all of them to remember, is your heart. If you have lost and you've experienced grief, if through a passing or a relationship, your chest feels heavy. You feel concaved in, your mind's not flowing. You might not feel safe and secure where you are because nothing is flowing. So if you can imagine that being taken out and shoved out, everything can free flow. And that's...
Okay, so tell me, is there a way that a skeptic, and not even a skeptic, because I'm not, that's why I'm open to all of these learnings, because I was once skeptical of hypnosis. And then when I learned about the power of the unconscious mind and how the science behind it is provable and measurable, and there was a thing they called ratification. And what ratification was, by showing you on you how trance works, when we say hypnotic trance. And the ratification they gave to me that sort of said, if that's what it is, they were saying that, have you ever driven a long way and you've passed a town and you go, did I pass the exit for Gatton or whatever that town might be? And you can't remember if you did or not. Because you were in another world. Now, you weren't dangerous, you were just driving, but that's an example of a hypnotic state that happens naturally in everyday life.
We call that the la-la state.
Okay.
Well,
so
I do.
Is there a way to kind of ratify, if you will, the difference that something that is, it seems hard to prove, I guess?
Every single healing modality, whether it be Bowen, whether it be just massage on itself, whether it be kinesiology. There's so many, we're all essentially working with our energy and free flowing that and getting it to a state of where it should be, no matter what modality you're using. So it's, again, personal preferences. But this goes more to crystals than Reiki itself of measuring. But everything holds vibration. Everything has energy. And when your energy is at its fullest best state, it can be measurable. If you're miserable and sad, you can feel that. You can see that. So if someone's walking out of a clinic after a massage, they feel good. If someone's walking out from having a facial massage with energy, free flowing, like someone's used Reiki or some kind of intuitive healing, they're walking out 10 times lighter. And the evidence is within them. You can see it in their face. You can see it in their body language, the way they speak. It just radiates off them. You can see it.
And how would that, like, for example, because I'm trying to kind of marry up on behalf of our viewers, because I'm kind of halfway between two worlds.
Yeah.
Having been a student of, I suppose, let's just call it metaphysical, if you want to call it that, the things that are unprovable or difficult to prove versus the things that are provable. And, my gateway drug was the mind and how it works. So how would... say, let's move to crystals and how they can regulate those things, those states. How would that differ from or be similar to just simple emotional regulation? Like, for example, if you were feeling sad and you went and lifted weights physically for a period of time, there's going to be an emotional state change because of that physicality.
Yeah.
So how would the crystals relate to that transformation that doesn't have a physical item that does the job for us, or at least helps?
Yeah. So... crystals are tools, just like when you need to burn some energy off and you are lifting weights. They are tools, but they do hold their own energies. Each crystal has a different color. Each crystal has a different vibration. Each crystal has a different meaning because of all of those things. Now, in your phone, there's crystals. In like different microwaves, different technologies, computers all have crystals. They hold energy. So there's actually scientists proven of them showing that they can even bring forth light. So there's proven in that. But just like... if you were going to go into clean sheets of your bed.
Clean sheets, yes.
Clean sheets in your bed, right? That feels nice. It's the same with when you walk in, if you go to bed in dirty sheets, it doesn't feel nice. Same with the atmosphere and the energy in your room. If you have got your tools, which is our beautiful crystals, scattered around for what is needed in that room, it's going to lift and shift that energy around the whole room.
So what did you see when you just saw the photo that I sent you of this beautiful looking ornate mug that I was sitting there going, this is going to be my crystal, look at how gorgeous this thing is. And when you said plastic, it's off Temu or whatever, that's nonsense, even though it wasn't, but the person I was going to buy it off clearly was selling me an $80 thing off Temu for $1.
Yeah.
How did you identify it? What's the difference between the thing that looked nice that I showed you versus you knowing, no.
I say research, down to research, but it's hard for me to explain that one because I am that crystal lady. It's fine, we'll accept that. But you can see and feel the vibrations of it, even if it's digitally through that. I can just go, nope, and I can pick up whether it's fake or not. Research has helped with that department, but they don't hold the same energy. And you can just tell. Well, I can just tell.
Well, I couldn't, so
she doesn't have the right,
you in my world.
That's what I was like, no. It's the same with at my events that I do. If I host workshops and at some of the festivals that are around, the healing festivals, people come to me specifically going, Shannon, what's what?
Oh, crystal sparkle tits.
Crystal sparkles?
That's what I heard. Crystal sparkle tits. That's what I heard. One of your customers referred to you
good
as.
Old friend Brooke, yes. That's part of my journey as well. And I'm a big advocate for sharing a lot of things because not only am I a crystal healer, I have done more modalities and shadow work and a whole bunch of different tools. So as I share my stories, I share where I've come from, the person I am now, to how and what I'm evolving. Someone that didn't have a lot of confidence, that had anxiety disorders. You wouldn't know that about me now.
Now you're up on stage speaking to people about this stuff. And what I've noticed is at your events that you do, like even people who don't know you are attracted to you. There's something to that. They can't be just random.
It's not hard to explain actually. It's I am me, and that is that. It's really hard to evolve and become your true you because we've got so many different things telling us who and what we should be, what we believe in, what we don't believe in. And I have just really dove deep into my world, and my world, not only do I live and practice and preach my world, but I'm now teaching and showing and selling on beautiful crystals, beautiful books, but I'm also teaching on how to use this to benefit your life. It's not just a pretty crystal in a corner. It can be, but I'm here to help as well, not just have the pretties. It's how to use them.
Let me ask you this. My son when he was very, very young, and this may be unrelated because I know, we're just speaking freely, and that's what I love about you. You're great for this best of both worlds guy trying to figure things out because you're so down to earth. You're so able to talk to an idiot like me about this topic. And so my son, he bought, I believe what he called, and this was young, he was maybe 12.
That's when we're the most open.
Ah, okay. Well, he saw this thing, and I think he called it an agate slice.
Yeah.
And so it was this thing, and it looked beautiful, and that's why he thinks he bought it, I suppose. But it was purple, and it was just magnificent. But does that count in your world? And if so, what is those? I think it's agate. I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, no,
agate
is a very common known crystal, but she's so soft and beautiful. She's for everyone, no matter if you're a skeptic or not, or you're a hardcore believer and meditate with them 24/7. Agate is just a very peaceful, calming stone. Can do no wrong. She can go everywhere, every room space, and the different colors can come naturally. And this is where knowing fakes and not fakes. So there is a lot of agate dyed. Now, anybody that sells them, that's fine. They can, and that's not like illegal or anything, but it's nice for it to be stated that it is.
Right.
Some people don't and will claim all these things. But if you say a crystal is agate, but she's dyed, it can.
So this was so expensive for a young man to desire. You'd think at 12 or however old he was that he would be wanting the latest PlayStation or whatever it was. What do you think it was that drew a young man to that?
Every single person has intuition, has the ability to know. We give ourselves, it's 5 seconds is our intuition telling us what we can and can't do, that quick knowing. Our overactive mind goes on top of that. So as an adult, as we get older, we get thrown all these, should, shouldn't, should, shouldn't. When you are young and developing and you're more open, you trust the knowing. You trust going, I like that. Don't need to know how it works, what it does. You're just attracted to it. And that's why I love when I see the children come up to me in my stores and I'm like, yes. Because they're just when they're the most open.
Right, because it was really the first major purchase that he made with his own money, and it was hundreds of dollars because it was a big one,
Yeah.
He's kept it to this day. He's now a young man, and I've never even really thought about that till meeting you and sort of getting exposed to some of your tools and materials.
Well, he must have known he just needed some more calmness in his life.
Yeah, okay. So that's see, I didn't even know it was a crystal. I just thought it was something pretty that was a rock that was sliced that looks nice.
Pretty rocks. We have them too.
So I know you've got some personal favourites and things. You've even brought some goodies. So show us showcase some of the tools so that you can sort of show us how we can use some of these things. And
I have created these in the mindset of beginners, because when you are starting this journey, whether it be a journey, whether it be a full journey, and I'm saying that because you can want to add extra calmness, extra little spiritual touches to your life without it being a big deal, without it being a whole journey. Because you do hear the whys of, clothes or no clothes, howling at the moon, salt everywhere. Like you can go as far and as in depth. No, it's a thing.
Okay.
You can go as far in depth as you'd like into this, spiritual world, we'll call it, but it doesn't have to be complicated. And that's sort of where and what my main modalities are, is I want to teach everybody, no matter if you're a beginner or if you're experienced, teaching light and fluffy style.
Okay.
Yes.
So what's this first one?
This is coming soon.
Okay. So we're starting with the tease,
we are, because this, again, it goes into, nearly 2 years in the making, chops and changes, but these are crystal cards.
Right.
They've got the origin, so where they come from, what country they come from, because crystals come from around the world.
Right.
And I get asked that quite often. And the origin, so that's where they come from, the chakra they belong to, so that's one of the 7 main energies, information, the moods.
Right, so this is like a teaching tool as opposed to having
a teaching tool,
or a crystal with it.
But they call them oracle cards, but oracle or affirmation cards, it depends on how you want to work it as, but it's as simple as drawing out a card every day and learning about your crystal.
Okay.
So very simple. Look at me shifting that, but that's how I cleanse it. You don't have to. But yeah, so it's to one, if you're wanting to explore crystals, but you don't want to buy all the crystals or have too many, you can start off with learning about them first.
And decide. Okay, cool.
And they're just simple, really I've got that in my pocket.
Eye. What is tiger? Oh, you've got that in your pocket.
I do. You should. We have crystals everywhere, us crystal people. It's fine.
Okay. What's around your neck there? What are those
yes. So this is part of my collection too. So this is for good fortune.
Right.
Trinity set. So, I've got all the things. I love all the things too. Someone did ask me, how do you not have all your stock? I'm like, well, I kind of do.
Well, yeah, I'm looking at the crown. There's about 16, 20 examples up there.
Well, I couldn't choose one color, and this. So this has got 3 crystal charms on it, but you can have 1, 2 or 3.
Okay. And so the beginner like me,
Yes.
and again, I'm sure a bunch of our viewers, and there's a lot of people we have on here, it's high levels of stress, high levels of, if we're trying to get total success, a lot of us overwork, which I'm very, very guilty of. What's the prescription from the master to give us a calming night's sleep so that we can deal with a highly stressful day?
Howlite.
Howlite.
Howlite, the crystal howlite. It's a beautiful white and black crystal. It's essentially to help calm our moods. So if we go to bed either stressed or angry or frustrated, like you're not going to go to sleep easy. It's just to put a cloud in your mind.
Okay. Oh, this will put a cloud in my mind.
That's howlite.
Okay.
To
cover.
just to go,
Because I'm just thinking, have you been sleeping next to me that you know that's how my nights are?
But this is how I work. So when you're an intuitive healer, I like myself, I do sell crystals. I do the crystal prescriptions like you've sort of said. I do them as well. But until you, and that's the skeptics of the word, until you try or you connect with somebody that is your person, your connection that suits you or that gets you straight away, you have that connection. When they know what they know without knowing, that's when you've had that aha moment. So I did a reading just recently where I connected in, we used our tools like cards to ask some questions, and a lot of things unfolded. So that's where being an intuitive healer works, because I just know stuff. When they allow me to open into their space and connect, and she was a bit, she'd never had a reading before. I've got her big testimonial photo up everywhere, because I was just, she's like, whoa, you knew things that you should never have known, couldn't have known, couldn't have known. And she's like, wow, what an experience. So
yeah, okay. So again, what would be the prescription for us crazy entrepreneurs? How did you spell that?
Howlite.
Howlite. And have you got a card there?
Yeah. Which is
that on top?
Yes, it was. This is how this works. So until you have the hurrah moment,
there's like 100 cards there. No, I promise you I didn't set her up with that. I promise.
No, that wasn't at all. Goodness.
Wow.
So yes, that's your howlite.
Okay, so it's there you go. So it's an origin from Canada. It's the crown 7th chakra. So is that because my brain's going a million miles an
and that's
hour?
and that's for sleep. And by popping a little crystal in your pillow, sleeping with her in your pillow, oof.
Okay. So have you got a bag of tricks over there? Have you got some
I have
howlite?
so many. No howlite.
She hasn't got my howlite.
Actually.
Oh, wait a minute. No, she's going to
manifest do. Just wait. I do. I love this right now.
So this is going to go into my pillow.
Yes.
All right. And so that's it there. Okay.
Yeah, that's your little howlite. And see right now, if you're a believer or not, right now, this is just a cute moment, having a cute time. If you're having a cuddle with a rock, having a pretty, it will do no harm. And that's the best thing. Not only do they make nice decor of the house, but they can't do wrong.
Yeah, can't do wrong. Again,
there's no negativity with them.
And that's the thing. Even though I'm not a master of this stuff, I'm willing to chuck it in the pillow and see how we go. And okay, so here's my question. Is there, well, I suppose it doesn't matter if it's psychosomatic, because part of me sort of wonders about, is there potential placebo benefits, or is there only placebo benefits, is what the skeptic would say.
Yeah.
And but either way, even if that's the case, who cares?
The worst case with crystals and what happens, and this is something that like I do online courses, by cleansing and charging your crystals. So when a crystal's had enough of you, one, it either breaks.
Okay.
And she gets buried in the...
nice here. How light?
She gets buried in the garden. Put her back where she came from, which is nature. Can't do wrong.
Okay.
Or she's done her job for you when she's broken, but when she's sleepy or she's had enough or she's not recharged, just like, your vacuum cleaner, if it's a cordless one, when she's done until she's recharged. Same with crystals. So that's the only thing that they can stop working essentially. So all you need to do is boost it back up.
Yeah,
and there's so many ways to do that. And that's, again, something that I teach really simply though. So it's not overwhelming.
Wow, you use the feminine term a few times in a few of these. Are there he's or are they all she's?
No, and that's the good fortune one that I have on labradorite is a very male masculine type of crystal. And we do work a lot with feminine masculinity, but doesn't mean male, female, or anything in those terminologies.
No, certainly. I know some females that have a lot of masculine energy. And I've been accused, and I'm pretty sure they're right, that I've got some Suki Lala feminine energy going on.
Of course. We all have that. No matter what human you are, we have feminine and we have masculinity energy. And if they're both equal and they're both balanced, again, it goes with our energy. We're at our most ultimate self. So, yeah, they're like sunstone's a bit more masculine. jasmine, carnelian. That's a bit of a he energy. They're very feminine and masculine. Depends on what you're needing. Yeah.
Wonderful. Wow. So tell me about because I've heard you talk about with your clients on some of your streams. And by the way, just give us what are the socials? What are the ways to...
Crystal Unicorn Sparkles on every single platform. The only one is on Instagram. There's a dot involved.
Where's the dot?
Crystal.unicorn. I don't know.
Crystal.unicorn.sparkles or just one dot?
Crystal.unicorn
Sparkles.
Yes, I tried to make everything simple. Websites, Crystal Unicorn Sparkles. Facebook, everything.
Right.
Crystal
so that's where to go and
emails.
See and that's where I kind of found out a few of these things. So I've heard you talk about those crystal prescriptions. Those tell us about those.
A little bit something different, which I love. Again, I do sell beautiful crystals and I want you to have the best quality, but I want you to actually be able to use the right ones for you. So when you are purchasing crystals, no matter when it is part of your life, you might not need that right now. It could have been what you needed last week, but or that month. So things are different. So Crystal Prescriptions is a little 30-minute one-on-one with me. I ask you a whole bunch of questions and I tell you the crystals that you're needing.
Is the fact that you were so quick to be able to diagnose howlite for me, is that because of our interactions historically? Yeah. And you could sort of just, you didn't need 30 minutes because we've probably had at least 30 minutes chatting prior.
It's once I know you, and once you've allowed me into your world. Sorry, I'm
honoured that you're in it. I'm honoured.
Well, that's the things that I've been able to pick up on certain clients that have regular healing treatments versus the ones that don't. There's a huge difference from that. So
nice. So again, avail yourself of those by going to any of the socials and see if you can talk yourself into one of those crystal. What you've named them?
Crystal prescriptions.
Crystal prescriptions.
Yeah. Just like you go to a doctor with a whole bunch of symptoms, you might be tired, yet your creative flow is actually probably the weakest, not just your tiredness. You're tired because of, and I'm like, okay, don't use certain crystals. They're not going to do no harm, but they're not going to do what they need.
Well, maybe I'm not so new because with my son, I've had an agate sliced crystal giant thing in my house for a long time, for at least 10 years. But for someone new, how do we what advice would you have for me as a new person with my thing, and how do we use it? And
I have created something for that too.
For us newbie, good.
Yes.
Bag of tricks, all right, let's go.
When you're starting into the crystal world, there is a few different, you do go, how and what, and I have my Crystal Odyssey book.
Okay.
So this is a crystal address book for your crystals.
Okay.
So she's an added tool for you. So she actually has information at the start, how to use, how to cleanse, all the very basic safe information, the chakras like we talked about. Even I've added an abundance of elements. That's
okay. So those ones there with the third eye and all of that stuff, the chakras.
That's the 7 main.
I was going to say, where's the white one? But it's up the top there. I didn't even see it. There you go. Okay.
I want you to sit with your crystals, get to know your crystals, research it, Google it, get your crystal books out, research what it is. And the whole point of this crystal address book is you'll go down alphabetical of what you got. So, halite. H for halite. Can I look backwards? Oh my gosh. Oh my God, I can't. Thank you.
Here to help.
H for halite. We've got some buddies with these ones though, is you sit down with your own meaning. So by sitting, connecting with it, researching it, you write down a brief description of what connected to you the most with it. So for you, help with my moods, help me sleep. Get some more information out, write it down. Learn where it benefits.
Oh yeah, the element, the crown.
Yeah, and there's little prompts here, and then your little affirmation.
Yep.
I am calm and ready for bed.
Okay.
Is an affirmation.
Yeah.
Not only are you connecting with your crystal better, but it's in your book and you know what you've got at home. So it's connecting with them. It's also, then you know what you've got because you can go on your book and go, halite, helps you remember them, helps you learn. And then with the information at the start.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
So do people, do your customers come to you with one and they get one or two and then they see you at the next show and they are continually saying, what else can we do now that I like that first one?
My crystal lives are very addictive. I will warn everybody. So I do weekly lives. I say weekly, mostly weekly. There's the odd occasion where life does happen. Or I'm at an expo like I did last weekend. Ooh, that was amazing. I'm still buzzing from that expo. It was so beautiful.
Okay. What was the theme on? The whole expo?
Health and healing. So all spiritual modalities, but there's
You'd have been the queen of that, hey?
I was a queen of crystals for sure.
I bet.
But so many different healing modalities there. It
Yeah,
was
wow.
insane. So, they're fun. But my lives, sometimes I have themes, sometimes I don't. But there's only ever 1 or 2 crystals. So the excitement of when you see what you need,
Right.
that's yours, you shotgun it, because if you don't, it's gone.
Oh, okay.
There's information, because I do talk about their meanings and their healing properties, and you can watch the whole video and at the very end go, oh, I want to go back to that. So it's just fun, and I talk 2 hours for crystals.
Yay. Oh, definitely. Well, I've certainly seen a few of them because they pop up all over my, well, you must be a half decent marketer because I see your stuff everywhere. Maybe now that first time I engaged and now the algorithms just keep throwing you into my feeds.
I can't help. I really do just love what I do. And like the crystals are pretty, but the healing that I'm offering, I'm incorporating crystal Reiki therapy with facials together now.
Wow.
It's the most beautiful combo. You're getting a benefit of relaxing facial, but with crystals all around you, energy flowing. Oh,
wow.
Divine.
Well, I guess for the ladies out there, feel it to believe it. So yeah, because the track record, you just don't get fans like you've got if there's not something valid to it. Now that you sort of know that you've got the combination of the beauty therapy with the crystals, I bet you know, looking back on the beauty therapy you used to do, and it's looking kind of primitive comparative to the end product now.
It's thank goodness I found this journey for myself, because it's helping everybody else, but also helped me in my journey. But the first crystal I was ever given was a beautiful amethyst from my mother-in-law.
Oh, I was going to say, who gave it to you?
I can blame her, the mother-in-law.
Wow.
Yeah, bless. She's like, oh, look at how, I'm like, you've started that. But no, unfortunately.
What was the first crystal?
Amethyst.
Amethyst.
Bright purple, beautiful.
Okay.
It's safe for everyone as well as agate. It's very similar to that.
Right.
She's a bit more spiritual, a bit more, a little bit more than an agate, but
okay.
she's still calm for everybody. But no, the real reason, or my first course I ever did was a crystal therapy course with essential oils and crystals, was when my dad unfortunately was going through brain cancer. I became one of his carers full time, and it's hard on him, hard on myself. I've got 2 young boys as well, and I needed just an escapism, and I was like, so I started studying, believe it or not, through all of that, and just knew that I needed more and he needed more. There's something more that I needed to offer him. And in doing that, I learned a bit more of sound therapy, which I do now, and crystals. And my dad was one of the skeptics. And when, unfortunately, when he was passing, he allowed me into his room, and we did he held on to a beautiful selenite, which is just calming. I still have that heart. And he allowed me to do sound healing for him. And that was huge. And not only, like, you could feel the shift in the room. He was letting go a lot more easier. The room space just was feeling lighter for him. And the people that were coming in saying goodbye was like, oh, what have we done? I'm like, and they were noticing it. And that was a huge sort of,
wow.
Yeah.
Gee, it amazes me that these are real world practical things that people can feel, not kind of what a lot of the people who kind of look at this without experiencing it will look at it and go, what's a rock doing kind of thing.
I mean, and this world won't be for everybody, because maybe they're not ready yet, and that's okay on their journey, and that's okay. But I know this has really helped and healed me in my journey as well. So with unfortunately Dad's diagnosis, my sister has had breast cancer as well, and unfortunately I was told I have the cancer genetic gene, so that puts me at huge high risk of breast cancer, and ovarian cancer. And I did actually seek preventative surgeries, which was a big deal for me, but I thought, no, I need to. And I truly believe that within 4 weeks of my surgeries, I was doing and back, and they were like, you kind of shouldn't be. And by utilizing all my crystals, my Reiki, having sound, like, I really truly believe, for me personally, like, that's helped me sort of bounce back to who I was and healed me further. So to me, yeah.
Are there people you find in those crystal prescriptions that you kind of, you instantly say, well, these crystals might be helpful or nice or whatever, but then you might say, but no, you need X, Y, or Z, those other modalities?
Yeah, so I had a client a few weeks ago. told me she's really gravitating towards, certain blue crystals and these ones. And I said, yeah, that's great. That is what you're kind of maybe wanting, but let's dive into what you need. Because want and needs are very different sort of energy as well.
For sure.
Again, I'm a bit vicious too sometimes when it comes to telling you what
No way.
you
I
need.
haven't seen any of that evidence yet.
Kill with kindness though,
Oh,
vicious, okay. I'm bossy when I know it's going to be helpful. Yeah,
beautiful. So Shannon's written a book called Crystal Clarity. Got to be one of the best titles of a book on this modality I've ever.
Yes,
Crystal
Crystal Clarity.
Crystal Clarity, because it helps educate. Well, is it an educational book? Tell us about it, because I haven't read it yet and I can't wait for my copy.
It's got everything in there, crystal related, how to start, what to do, how to put them together, pairing of crystals, how to work crystals together, and then, meditations and crystal baths, so things to help improve your lifestyle changes as well, daily habits. And then all around, I do share some experience in there as well, and also then how to work with me further too, if some of that you might need help with.
Yeah, well, everyone's got to avail themselves of at least one of these, the prescription situations. So now tell me, how are these things made? Like, how are they sourced? Where do they come from?
So crystals come from around the world, and that's something really big.
Because you said this one here's from Canada and the USA and Turkey. So these are distributed.
Yeah, so that's where they grow.
Right.
That's where, because they grow around the world. So in Australia, we're very lucky that we've got mookaite, which is only grown here in Western Australia actually too. So very specific stones grow, and because of the weather, humidity, different minerals, because they're all mineral-based crystals that depend on where they grow, the temperature, they're formed.
Going back to school, when I say things like igneous and whatever those
types
are they all one, or are they different ones?
Tiger eye is tiger octite with copper, and it's a whole
so sometimes they're hybrids of
combos, absolutely, and different formations. So obsidians, this is a really just a cool fun fact of obsidian, it grows in the sand from volcanoes that erupt.
Right, so that's, what do they call that I can't remember what the geological word was.
And
there's words. All I remember is there's igneous, and there's whatever the volcanic word is.
This is where, so gemologists will tell you all of those things.
Right.
I just know the crystals energies.
What they do,
I just know how they help you. But no, I have some knowledge as well. Just like calcite, believe it or not, this is it. There's a bit of mixed study with this, so I will throw that out there. That the Vikings used calcite to help as a compass. And if you go back to war stories, obsidian was in there because it can be carved into daggers. So Egyptians with lapis lazuli, crystal's been around forever with royalty and Egyptians goddess.
How does crystals as geological kind of artifacts, let's say, how do they fit into precious gems? How does stones like those relate to a stone with healing properties and things?
Well, they're just like lapis lazuli for the goddess and queen. So you can wear her and have that queen energy. That's what they would use it for, have it on there.
Are precious stones in the traditional sense, rubies, emeralds, diamonds, are they considered in the crystal family?
Yeah, they are. But precious gems are crystals.
Right.
We just know certain ones, don't know certain ones because of the ones that the royalty wear, or Egyptians. So even now we're using things like sapphire, emerald, ruby. They're all crystals. They're precious gems, but they're crystals. They're all in the same world of each other. Some are just rarer than the others, though. There is that. And that is the truth for the price point of crystals too. If it's a really rare, crazy crystal and she's cheap, she's not real. That's another
there is
helpful
some talk that, and I don't know any of this history, it's fascinating to me if it's true, but supposedly that diamonds and their relative value and preciousness was totally artificially created by marketers, I'm told. Now, I don't know if there's any truth to that.
No, certain one. Morganite is another crystal that is made in labs now. There is that and different. So there is certain lab ones, but because they're rare and harder to find, and if the demand is still high, then they get made. But the true gems are found still around.
I suppose that's the difference between what they say historically. There was diamonds, but then for a 1/100th of the cost, one could get cubic zirconia.
So now there's Herkimer diamond, for an example. It's not actually a diamond, even though the name's there. And that's crystals and names are very different too, because some are what we label just, for marketing, and the crystal gems itself, because some names are really hard to pronounce. I'm a very easy peasy when it comes to the crystal names myself. But there is man enhanced ones now. And again, it's your journey for what you're choosing. If you gravitate towards something and you love her and you're happy to pay whatever price, that's your journey.
But I love that you can start affordably, because I've seen some of the prices you do on your lives. It's not going to break the bank to even experiment with this.
And I say start small, but the best way to start is actually crystal jewelry, because you get to wear her, have her energy on you,
And it's pristine, and you get the benefits that you would get from jewelry anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't think I own jewelry now without it being crystal related, to be fair.
And so on your website specifically, or where would one go for that journey to start and grab maybe a nice piece of jewelry, maybe earrings? Do you have that sort of thing on your product line?
Yeah, so my website, crystalunicornsparkles.com, that has a whole variety of goodies. My Facebook Lives, though, is kind of my shebang, because any new stock goes there first. And if you want her, there's only one or two pieces of her, more or less one. And whatever's left over then goes on the website, but the lives are the...
And can you kind of have, say you wanted earring, or say we wanted our howlight here embedded into a ring? Like, is that the sort of thing you can have customized?
You can, yeah. If they bring me a stone, not so much, but I can source anything in, really.
Yeah, okay.
So if someone comes to me, a client wants an obsidian ring specifically in silver, wants this shape, I'll find it.
Yeah. Well, a howlight male piece of jewelry is what we need. This one goes in the pillow.
I've seen her in bracelets.
Yeah,
so
okay.
you can get anything created, made, formed. I love the hunt. It's my favourite.
So I'll swap the Fitbit for the howlight bracelet.
Yeah,
and I reckon that's going to have the mood stabilisation that I need. I have the tantrums internally, and then I just deal with them and push those feelings right down deep so they can form a nice cancer out in my belly.
No, that's not
what I'm sort of doing. That's my calming strategy. Push it down deep where it's not going to annoy anyone except me later. No, she's not happy with me in this. So I need my prescription, I think. So I'm going to start here and see how we go. Well, thank you so much. It was just an honour and very, very eye-opening. And
thank you.
All I would say is, even just for me to start on the journey, even if the benefits are psychosomatic. Worst case scenario is you get the benefits, but psychosomatically. It's all good. I'm willing to try, and certainly... you never know. You might have this big burly bloke be your biggest convert ever, following you around your seminars and events.
Hey, if something sparkly makes you feel good,
wonderful, go with it.
Well, I'm here for it.
I love it. Thank you so much for hanging out. And guys, there you go. There's a little very, very unique episode of the Total Success Podcast. Something you were not expecting from little old me, were you? But I tell you, if ever there's a guide for it, Shannon's the one we want in your corner. But don't worry about Shannon. It's Crystal Unicorn Sparkle Tits.